Well, hi folks, remember I did a few videos a few years ago on these double walled pots, which are the most annoying, difficult things to throw you'd ever imagine. Because basically with that one, you'd throw it up from one piece of clay. First of all you throw the middle and then you drag some more clay up and bring that up around it, and then try and close it all in, and it's just an absolute nightmare. Although the effects are quite amazing, they're a really difficult thing to throw, and I did another one. Different shape, that's another one I did and cut out. I made a bit of a mess of the glaze, but it's supposed to go that way up. Same thing, you'd throw that starting off there, so you throw a cone and close it in and then drag some more clay up to make the pot, and then you can carve it out so you get like a see-through design, but you've still got a thing to put your water in. But like I say, they're the most difficult things imaginable to make. I mean, I had real trouble with them. So I thought I'd have a go at making one, but cheating, so rather than throwing them in one piece, so I'm using that sort of idea, is to throw that on its own, that sort of shape, and then leaving a bit of a flange in the middle, and to throw a little cup and then attach that in, so you get exactly the same effect, but it's a lot easier to do and a lot less problematical. They look exactly the same, so it's a bit of a cheat, but we'll see how we get on. So I'm going to try one that way. Don't know how it'll work, so we'll have a go. And I want to try and get the bit that I'm going to carve out quite thin, so you get a bit of, so you get finer, sort of finer carvings, if you will. So doing it the normal way should mean I can throw it normally. Not have to worry about throwing two pots at the same time, so to speak. I'm not really sure what shape I'm going to throw yet. I think I'll throw a bit of a spherical vase type shape. I want to keep a little bit of thickness at the top if I'm going to make this sort of flange for it to sit the inside pot inside. And having said that, I've not done because I've left it a bit thin, but never mind. Dry. Like I say, it's just going to be a general sort of roundish vase type of thing. Try and form a bit of a flange. A bit of a gallery for the other pot to sit in. Top's going to be a little bit thin because, like I say, I said what I was going to do and I haven't done it. I haven't left enough clay at the top. It's going to be a bit thin. Like I say, it's just a practice. Can always make another one. So that's that. I've not really done big enough flange at the top. So what I want to do now is measure the sort of width of that, so I know the top of the next pot to throw, so I can stick it in and it won't be too big or too small. So that's going to be the width of the little pot that's going to sit inside it. It doesn't really matter how thick or thin you make this thing, because you're only going to see the outside of it from the outside. So it just depends what sort of shape you want it to be when you cut it out. So I think I'll go for a sort of triangular shape, so I'll really narrow at the base if I can do it. I get it too tall, I don't want it tall in the pot obviously, so let's get a bit of an idea. Just narrow this right up at the bottom, try and get it to a bit of a point. So that's the width I need the top to be. So I'll fold that over so it can sit on the little flange I made in the other pot. That's the idea anyway, so that's the same width. That. So hopefully, I'll just show you, I'll do this when it's dried out a bit more, the other pot. That, believe it or not, should slide into that one and sit in it, and then I can carve it out. So I'll wait until tomorrow till they've dried out, and then we'll give that a go and see if it works. Well, folks, I had a bit of a rethink because I thought I better not let this dry out totally and the other bit dry out totally. I had to throw another one because I just dropped the other one before. So I thought I'd better just dry them out a little bit with a blowtorch so I can stick them on while they're still reasonably wet, because if they get too dry then they won't stick together. So I'm hoping that I can drop that in there and it's the right size, and then if there's any messing about to be, I can do it when it's wet rather than if it's really dry. It'll be too late to sort of smooth anything up. So what I'll do, I'll just stick a load of slip all around the inside of that, and then hopefully this thing should fit. I did gauge it with my calipers, but whether it fits or not's another matter. It might just drop straight through. Ooh, a moment of truth. Yep, so that fits. There's a bit of a gap. So that's why it's a bit better to do it while they're still quite wet. Then I can hopefully smooth it off a bit. And like I said, I've never tried it before, so I suppose if I wet this a bit, wet it back down, it should blend back into the pot. Said that, it's not doing particularly well. Get me turning tool, I'll just try and trim it in, turn it in like there, that's doing it now. Done the job. Sponge it over. I don't think I'll be able to see a joint now. That's it, you can't see the joint now at all. So that's just like throwing one in one go, but without all the hassle. So tomorrow, when it is properly dry, I'll try and do some carving out, and you should see the effect of the double walled bit. So that's that stage. I'll just put a bit of a pin prick in the side where I'm going to carve it, just because there's no air can get out now. It might misshape, and so that's just to let the air out when it dries. and I'll cut that out anyway so you won't see the holes. So we'll wait until tomorrow, dry it out and see what happens then. Well folks, I ran out of patience, I couldn't be bothered to wait till tomorrow, so as you can see it's steaming away. I've had the heat gun on it. I don't usually use the heat gun for anything, but I just wanted to do it all in one go. I wanted to do it tonight, so just trim it up a little bit. It's not really hard enough yet, but I've no patience. As you can see, it's so wet, it's gone off centre when I'm turning it. So what I'm going to do, that's about, because I'm going to cut most of it off, doesn't really matter. I'm going to put a couple of guide marks in when I'm going to carve it with my finger, just a couple of lines. And that's it. So now I'll start carving it. So I'll get my camera in a better position, so you better see me doing that. So hopefully you can see that's what I'm going to use as usual when I carve things out, pierce things, just my sharpened hacksaw blade. Like I said, I've not measured anything out, I'm just going to sort of do it by eye in between the guidelines. I'm just going to do my basic sort of arch shape things. The thing is with this, when I cut them out, I don't want any to drop inside the pot, so I want to get them out. That's the first one. Do another one. Just going to keep going all the way around. I don't usually do them this big, but I thought it doesn't matter. You should be able to start seeing the pot in the inside now, which is the whole purpose of it really. And the last one of this row. So hopefully you should be able to see the pot on the inside. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to just keep going. I'm going to fill the bits up in between. Well, cut them out, sorry. So it might become a bit tricky. So like I say, it is a bit soft. But you live and learn, it's the first one I've tried like this. So. Right, so I'll get on with this, I'll put it in. That's it, we've got one more to do. This is where you don't want to mess it up. So, that's the final one. It's not the best piercing I've ever done in my life, but it's a bit thick and it's a bit soft as the clay, so. So that's it. Bit of a simple carving design. Alright folks, I've just carried on going round and round. I thought I'd do another row beneath, just to sort of fill out the whole pot. So I'm coming to the last one of this now. It's a bit tricky because it's a bit low down, but it's the final one. So get it out without breaking everything. Got a bit stuck in there. So that's it really, just pierced it out, so now you should be able to see the pot inside. If I take this off, here, take my camera off, you may be able to get a better view. So that's it, you can see the pot inside now that I've pierced it out. That's the top, so there's no joins you can really notice. So that's about it really. A sort of cheating double walled vase pierced, bit of random piercing. Not the nicest pot I've ever thrown, but it just gives you an idea of how you can make a double walled vase without throwing it in one go, by making it in two pieces and sticking them together. So that's about it folks.